Ever since it closed in 1962, the perennial debate has been whether or not to reopen the South Suburban Line to traffic, and to be honest, I don't think it should have closed in the first place. Today it's been used as a bypass for freight trains and even a redirect for the odd passenger train, which is a massive waste. To be frank, Edinburgh needs more grade separated transit. Edinburgh has a bit of a catch-22 of too many people driving because public transport for many is too slow, and public transport being too slow because of all the cars. So, to get people out of their cars, we need public transport that avoids the roads in the first place. Even the tram line here, for most of its route, avoids the roads, meaning that it doesn't get stuck in traffic as much. But the perennial debate around the South Suburban Line has been stymied with concerns about capacity, rail traffic, which interestingly wasn't a concern when the line was open to passengers, travel time, and cost to benefit ratio. But as usual with different proposed transport solutions, there are examples in other cities showing how it can be done, and we don't even need to go too far to see it. This is the Cathcart Circle. If you have a beefy enough PC, you can even drive it yourself, as it's a route on Train SimWorld free, and this is an example of what the South Sub could look like. The Cathcart Circle acts like a heavy rail twin to the Glasgow subway, whereas the Sub serves the northern docks, the Cathcart serves the south. It runs in a balloon loop from Glasgow Central to Cathcart, serving on its route Pollock Shields, Queen's Park, Hampden, Pollock Country Park, and of course Cathcart, with tightly spaced stations with 3 trains an hour at off-peak, aka 1 train every 20 minutes, so supplemented with services to and from Neilston and Newton. Like its proposed Edinburgh counterpart, there have been proposals to turn it into a light rail or metro line with the proposed Glasgow Metro project, but for the time being, it's remaining as a heavy rail line. The Cathcart Circle is proof, if any, that an urban loop line can work in a Scottish city, and considering that it's a circle rather than a balloon loop, means that trains don't necessarily need to terminate at Waverley but could instead arrive, unload and load passengers, and set off like it would at any through station. The population and traffic density has risen a lot since 1962, and there's certainly more use for the line now. The line has potential to serve Tynecastle Stadium, 2 of Napier University's campuses, Morningside, the Royal Edinburgh Hospital, the King's Buildings, Cameron Toll, Duddingston and Craigmillar, the Jewel and Fort Kinnaird, Portobello, Meadowbank, and that's not even mentioning the residential places where people live. This line could save a hell of a lot of car journeys and have a hell of a lot of passenger capacity. It could even serve the Royal Infirmary in Little France by setting up a shuttle bus service from Craigmillar and Duddingston, meaning less car journeys there too. We could even speed up journey times by electrifying it as well, which, yes, is an extra cost to reopening the stations, but since electric trains have faster acceleration, it does make a lot of sense, and on top of that, it would allow electric freight trains to sweeten the deal for Network Rail and the freight railway companies. In short, reopening the South Sub has a lot of benefits, and we have an example of how it could be done. And if we could get more people off the roads and onto trains, we could take a hell of a lot of cars off the road, and with that, improve traffic.